I've been facing the wrong way, baby. I gotta turn it around. I got a foot in the door, just maybe. I'm tired of kidding myself. Is this just a dream? Am I freaking out? Don't let me go, don't leave me out. It's not a dream. Think I'm doing alright by myself. I've been doing alright by myself. I've been doing alright by myself. Is what I'm trying to tell myself. Don't take this the wrong way, baby. I gotta slow it all down. I'm sick of taking the shortcut, maybe. There ain't no easy way out. Is this just a dream? 'Cause I'm freaking out. Don't let me go, don't leave me out. I'm not going away, I'm not burning out. Leave me alone or I'll shut you out. I'm not freaking out. 'Cause I've been doing alright by myself. I've been doing alright by myself. I've been doing alright by myself. It's what I'm trying to tell myself. 'Cause I've been doing alright by myself. I've been doing alright by myself. I've been doing alright by myself. It's what I'm trying to tell myself. 'Cause I've been doing alright by myself. I've been doing alright by myself. I've been doing alright by myself. It's what I'm trying to tell myself. It's what I'm trying to tell myself. It's what I'm trying to tell myself. Never got around desire. Never felt complete. Doused in oil and tried by fire, but never to be clean. Kerosene, 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 kerosene. So throw another on the fire, turn in your humanity. Apology is uninspired, so hang 'em from the tree. Kerosene, 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 kerosene. Animals around the pyre gather for the feast to look upon a new Messiah, but the flame is all that's seen.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Lovely, lovely Friday morning. We're going to be looking at some female MGTOWs today. Found out about this a little while ago. I don't know if any of you guys follow Rachel Oates on YouTube, but she does some very interesting videos from time to time, and one of the ones that she did was about this subreddit that she had found called FDS, Female Dating Strategy, and it's female MGTOWs. It's wonderful. It's the kind of like litmus test shit that you can like look at and you can be like, oh, Well, I'm not that crazy, so it's fine. Got some Red Vox this morning. I'm not content with being a Vinny ripoff. I'm not content with ripping off Joel last night consistently. But we're gonna play some Vinny music. Round things out. How you guys doing? Bit of an early stream. I've been streaming earlier in general lately, though. It's nice. The sun's still out. I don't feel so tired afterwards. What do we got here? And female MGTOWs. I guess I'm technically one, but because I don't like people. Yeah, it'd be like that. I have disliked the stream. Well, thank you, Eddie Murphy. I appreciate it. Good morning. Well, it's like almost noon, but you know, I live in the past, man. I live in the best time zone. Female incels, something like that. How about them Game Awards? How about that Smash reveal, boys? Yeah. Kerosene. The fuck is this like to dislike ratio? Oh, do we have some spicy dislikes already? I wonder what that's about. I guess people don't like the idea of talking about female dating strategy. Or maybe it's the plus more. That's the problem. Sour, please. Can you please remind me what MGTOW stands for? Men going their own way, I think. Which is like, you know, it's kind of like incel light, I guess is the best way you could put it. So these aren't exactly femcells. They're not female incels, but they're like a step away from being female incels. Which is probably not that accurate, though. It's more of a personality thing. I mean, I guess with incels, a lot of the time, it is a personality thing. It's like, I'm a piece of garbage, and women exist to mock me, and I rape dog corpses and shit like that. So it is often a personality thing, but then it's also like, I feel like a lot of these women might be probably fairly attractive, but, you know, as you learn, sometimes an attractive woman can have some crazy shit going on in her head. Anyways, let's take a look here. I've got a few things worth talking about. I have the plus more in the stream title because I'm not sure this might turn into exciting culinary stream part 3. I might save that for tomorrow, though. Oh no, tomorrow we're gonna be talking. Tomorrow I'm gonna be playing Smash with Bane. And then I think we're going to be laughing at some terrible Sandra Lee cooking videos together. So tomorrow's stream is all booked, but if we don't get to terrible cooking videos today or tomorrow, then it'll probably be Sunday. PSA, there's no Dream Woman. I guess I'll stop the music. That's fine. That's fine, Vinny. If you guys enjoy the Red Vox music, you should go check out Vinny's band. I've mentioned it before, but it's like I watched him be an asshole in video games for years, and then I was just like, oh, I guess he's got an album out, and I listened to it, and I was like, wow, this is basically exactly the kind of music I like. That's weird. It's a weird little coincidence, you know. That's kind of cool. And now I'm a pretty big Red Vox fan, but yeah, here we are on female dating strategy. The only dating subreddit exclusively for women. We focus on effective dating strategies for women who know what they want and want to take control of their dating lives. We also focus on strategies to maintain a healthy relationship that benefits you. This sub is for women only. Read the sidebar before commenting to learn more about our philosophy. If you spot a man, report them and they will be promptly banned. I like that. Keep on watch. This is like the Gerudo City from Breath of the Wild. Everybody, all the men in chat need to go get like a thing to put over their face. Make yourself look frilly. They'll never know. Lies men tell. PSA, there's no dream woman out there who will magically make your trifling man act right. People keep blaming the women who are in relationships with men who won't commit or are otherwise behaving poorly, are not their dream woman. Like someday a girl so magical is going to come through that he'll be inspired to change all his shitty ways. Wrong! He'd wine and dine you if you were worth it. Wrong! He wouldn't try you for sex on the first date if he thought you were a lady. Wrong! He only talks to hoes bad. Hoes bad? What? He only talks to hoes bad, but what? Did you mean to say hoes mad? But real women he respects. Wrong! Recognize the game being played is to make you jump through hoops to be a dream woman for a man who's not even acting like a dream man. The I'll straighten up for the right woman is 90% conjecture. So one of the things you'll start to notice as we go through this is a lot of like... I feel like a lot of the stuff that you'll read on here is stuff that you could pretty much unanimously say is you're not allowed to say if you're a guy. You know what I mean? Like if this was male dating strategy and this kind of shit, I guess it would be fine, but it would be looked down upon pretty heavily. I think there were subreddits like that before, and they would have been like the red pill subreddits, you know? Like this is the kind of stuff we're getting into here is basically just the aggressive, insane female version of like the guy on the red pill forum who wanted to like rape women because they wouldn't go out with them. This is not quite as insane as all of that, at least not from what I've seen yet, but it's a lot of this kind of like, I don't know, it's tends to be very disrespectful language from what I've seen, which you probably wouldn't get away with if you were a guy saying it about a woman. Even if he does these things temporarily for a girl, he'll be looking for an angle to get her to accept less as quickly as possible. Wine and dine up front and then Netflix and chill for the rest of the relationship. You know, here's the thing. Some people are in relationships for different things. I don't particularly need to wine and dine. I don't feel the need to be wined and dined. Maybe it's because I'm the man. But I feel like a good relationship would probably be between two people who want the same thing. Like, maybe you're cool with just watching Netflix and being lazy. You know, it's always possible. He's still got the same character flaws with the next chick. So what if she's got a ring? She's in for a lifetime of struggle. These same exes will be back in your DMs 6 months after the wedding talking about how they miss you. Plenty of guys are in marriages with women they're not that committed to and who they aren't actually treating that well, no matter what their Instagram big goals tell you. Yeah, well, you know, that happens on all sides, sister. What are some grooming habits all grown-ass men should know and religiously follow? Well, for one, ladies, let me introduce you to the razor. Well, let's just put it that way. There's some grooming habits that I think grown-ass women should probably follow too. Let's keep it equal here. This is a spin-off thread in honor of how many comments by our members expressing how much men truly suck at grooming. Wash your ass crack with balls and balls with soap and water daily. Washing your arms and chest and then rinsing the rest of your body is not a shower. If you can touch it or see it, you need to wash it, bruh. This is so condescending. Can you imagine men doing a thread like this and being like, okay, sweetie, so first you grab the razor and then you raise your arms. It's like, fuck you, you piece of fucking trash. Brush and floss every day, motherfuckers. Actually go to a place that sells real cologne and try on a bunch of different ones. See which ones smell good on you. Don't just splash whatever's popular. This is... Yeah, I mean, I can say that about women. You know, there's a lot of shit you could just say about the women, too, where it's like, well, yeah, you don't need to go around in, like, cotton candy perfume that you got for $5 at Walmart. But, nudes? He asked hopefully. Don't be shy, he said creepily. What is it you mean? He questioned stupidly. You sent me nudes or not? He continued moronically. Fuck you and a weird, stupid... Okay, this is kind of funny. Male depravity. If a woman likes you, she'll put up with anything you come at her with. We're not doing this anymore. Well, so long, Cole Housewalker. The LVM expects submission as a quality in his mate. LVM? There's quite a bit like with the male weirdos in this category. There's a lot of weird little like terms and abbreviations that they come up with. Which is the HVM understands that he needs to build trust with his equal. If I'm not submissive with you or soft with you, I don't trust you. My femininity flourishes in healthy environments, stable environments. I protect her at all costs because I've spent so much time healing and preserving her. I mean, expects submission as a quality in his mate. Well, yeah, I mean, that might be what they're into. Maybe they're looking for somebody that they build trust with, and then, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's bad. I think you guys have some expectations, too. Dump his ass. Where is the lie? Nobody in the world gets madder and more upset than a dude being accused of something he definitely did. No, it's not just dudes. When you set your standards or bar high, a man will either show you he actually thinks enough of you to invest, or he will go back to where low effort is required, which is with Pick Misha. Is that like another like epic FDS lingo term? Pick Misha? Is that, should I know that? LVM attempts to pretend to be a doctor to attract a woman. That woman is actually a doctor and calls him out on his BS. What's your specialty? Ortho and spine. Oh, nice. I want to do anesthesia. My friend is about to start ortho. Okay, so this guy claimed that he was a doctor, and then he's not actually a doctor. Oh, I thought you were a doctor. I'm a doctor. Yeah, I don't know. Find you a woman or a man who doesn't give a shit about what the fucking like title is under your name. You know what I mean? Like, find you someone who's there for you. Pick me-itis. My toxic trait was trying too damn hard to the point where it was just embarrassing. Wanting you to care enough and show me that I mattered to you looked a lot like begging, and I won't ever lower myself like that again. Nah, sis. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes there's bad relationships, you know? I mean, it happens. Reddit mad that girl doesn't want to play therapist for man baby. Well, this is good. We start off this discussion by calling somebody a man baby. I'm sure that's good. I'm sure that this is a... What's this? Am I an asshole for telling him that I'm not his therapist? There's this guy at work who I used to have a crush on, but he turned out to be a real whiner/jerk. I asked him to go get coffee one day so we could get to know each other better. So basically, he went on a date and he was telling me all this personal shit that I did not want to hear about. He told me about some of his exes and about how he hates all his siblings. I was really pissed off and said, dude, this is a first date. I'm not your therapist. I don't care about you at all. What a nice thing to say to somebody. Yeah, he got pissed and said you wanted to know me better, so why are you getting pissy when I'm giving you something you asked? Yeah, literally this. Like, you said you wanted to get to know each other. Did that just mean you wanted to tell him how things are gonna be? Did that just mean, okay, let me explain you, ma'am? I texted him the next day saying that he would never get any girls in his life after his behavior on the date. Oh, that's great. He would contact the police and file harassment charges. You know, a lot of people seem to live in their own like world where they think that, I guess, the things they do don't really like affect people. I guess maybe they need some perspective or something. Girl, stand your ground. Once you let motherfuckers slide, they start to think they can ice skate. I mean, if you're Canadian, it's probably right. Today's Friday truth bomb from the OG queen, Susan B. Anthony. LVMs, suck it! Pick Misha's, repeat this in your head until you live it. I declare to you that woman must not depend upon the protection of man, but must be taught to protect herself. And there I take my stand. Financial independence, yes. Capable of using weapons, yes. Men are predators of women, but yet are protectors. That's called a protection racket. Anthony saw through this bullshit. Who's Anthony? Oh, Susan B. Anthony. Oh, okay. Right. I declare to you that woman must not depend upon the protection of man, but must be taught to protect herself. Well, yeah, that's generally a good idea. Let's not assume that men are going to be like the typical caveman. You know, maybe you should take some self-responsibility, but you also probably shouldn't be mad about the man if he isn't like a doctor or a lawyer or some shit. I feel like it goes both ways. On Tumblr, well, this is a Twitter. Funny story, there's a subreddit called Forever Alone Women that went private because their users were receiving too many PMs from men who wanted to date them. Literally this fucking meme. Yeah. There's oh, this is on Tumblr. Shocking. Local woman fails to see weird PM from random strange man on the internet as fulfillment of desire for a loving, healthy relationship. Even worse, a stranger from Reddit specifically. It's stupid when girls say they can't find a guy, yet they ignore me. It's like saying you're hungry when there's a hot dog on the ground outside. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the guys at Forever Alone Men, if that was a board that didn't get like nuked because how dare you be a man who's alone, I feel like the guys at that sort of board probably wouldn't be that. I mean, some of them are definitely shitty people and would probably just be like, oh, thick thighs, would not date, sharp knees, 0 out of 10. There's probably a few of those, but I feel like the vast majority of people in that sort of situation are probably not going to be like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, this wouldn't be like the most fulfilling relationship, I guess, but I don't know. Say it louder for the people in the back. If you can't understand why women hate being catcalled, just think about those obnoxious salesmen at mall kiosks. You know how awkward and annoyed you feel trying to get past them as they desperately push their shitty product onto you? Imagine if that happened everywhere, and if instead of shoe cleaner or teeth whiteners, their product was penis. Yeah, so you have the... Imagine if everywhere you went, you had to deal with people being in love with you. Oh, man, what a shame. Like, I grasp that that's a problem to an extent. It causes, like, awkwardness. It's probably annoying at a certain point. I get that, but it's such a fucking first world problem type of thing to complain about. Where it's like, oh, my diamond shoes are just a little too tight, and they're just attracting too many, like, potential suitors to me. Oh, somebody, F's in chat. Someone donate to my Patreon. Mood for life. Congratulating an engaged couple. I literally just got proposed to. Sorry, this feels like a humble brag, but it's needed for context. Right afterward, we called my fiance's dad and told him the good news, and he said, "Congratulations, son. And Rex, I'm really happy for you." And he tells his son, "See, you congratulate men on their engagement because they're the lucky ones. You don't congratulate the woman because she's the prize." Man. This poor fucking dude. Oh, jeez. I feel sorry for any man who has to put up with, like, his wife being an active participant on r/female dating strategy. The oxytocin myth. So the title is a hyperbole. Huh. If men were actually making women orgasm, this dynamic wouldn't exist in nearly as prevalent a way. Imagine if in every sexual encounter a man receives half a blowjob. When sex is over, of course the man would still be pawing at you. Even if the sexual energy has died down, there's still latent desire present from the lack of release. This is effectively what the sexual experience is for most women. We're built up and left hanging. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that can happen. There's a lot of women out there who can't get the job done for men. Disney princesses of the past taught girls to be desperate to have any man in your life. Glad they're shaking things up a bit with Elsa. And that's why Elsa is a queen and the rest are princesses. Isn't she going to be like alone in the ice forever or something, though? So I don't know if she's the best role model. If what you're looking for is like love and marriage, I don't know if you want to... I really don't know if Elsa is the goal that you want to be living up to. It will do many things, but never ghost. Your vibrator will never ghost you, just saying. Yeah, it's true. It is true. Lizzo gets it. I don't think that loving yourself is a choice. I think that it's a decision that has to be made for survival. It was in my case. Loving myself was the result of answering two things. Do you want to live? Because this is who you're going to be for the rest of your life. Or are you just going to have a life of emptiness, self-hatred, and self-loathing? Well, if you put it that way, it's such an obvious choice. Pass it on. Practical ways to legally crack down on the porn epidemic. Oh, God, here we go. This is the kind of crazy that I came here for. Legally require all pornography to be behind a paywall and subject... Yes, that's right, chat. Let's legally require that we pay for pornography. Legally require... Oh, that's beautiful. How do you legally require somebody pay for, like, a picture of someone's, like, ass on the internet? Like, how do you legally mandate, like, amateur porn, which is probably the best kind of porn if you want to, like, crack down on, you know, the evil, misogynistic nature of porn. You just go for the amateur stuff, which you can't regulate, and I don't know, create an opt-in system in which internet service providers would be legally required to offer a filtered version of the internet as the default. Oh, that's beautiful. Adults who wish to access an unfiltered version would have to provide proof of age. That's so great. Just censor the internet. That's fine. Please take my votes. Please take my rights away, government and internet providers. Mandate domain zoning, by which all pornographic websites would have to use the domain .xxx and require site visitors to verify their age. Rewrite Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act of 1996 in order to strip protections from sites that publish obscene materials. Doesn't this sound very similar to the kind of shit that you'd hear some, like, incredibly, like, sex-negative conservative person in the 90s bitching about? Thus giving users the ability to sue those sites. So you can now... So under this guideline, you would be able to sue a website for showing, like, tits. And number 5, hold porn publishers criminally liable for I think they are. I think they are, like, liable for all of those things. Don't let anyone convince you nothing can be done about porn abuse. I mean... If all the men have to deal with bitches like you, then I think they're gonna probably want their porn. You gotta pick your battles here. Implementing FDS is a game changer. I just discovered this sub a little over a week ago, and it has greatly improved my way of recognizing / weeding out LVM on dating apps. It's really weird that they all tend to follow the same behavior. I call them out on their shit more than I did before. I'm really liking this higher value I'm placing on myself. Oh, lower value men. Okay. So we're talking. So the LVM HVM thing is like valuing a person based on, like, what they can do for you. That's cool. That's a good way of thinking. This is definitely a mindset that's going to lead to healthy and happy relationships for everybody involved. Hey, talk about a red flag parade. So you saw my profile and felt indignant. Get over yourself. Let's just have fun and let the adults handle the serious stuff. What? Are you saying you... What? I'm a hopeless, romantic, narcissistic workaholic with commitment issues. So I'm basically... Oh, this is a guy. This is a guy. Okay. I figured this was some crazy bitch. Instead, it's some crazy dude. Let's just have fun and let the adults handle the serious stuff. I'm a hopeless, romantic, narcissistic workaholic with commitment issues. So I'm basically the guy your mother warned you about. I'm looking for someone brilliant, beautiful, ambitious, and even a bit conceited for bouts of verbal sparring and passionate reconciliation. Is this fucking Shiverbert cocky much? Yes, very much, and I've earned it. I actually do have a good side. It's just difficult to get on it. I believe that weird trumps hot. That being righteous is tiresome and gives you wrinkles. And let's be honest, you're not so innocent either. : P. Oh, God. Ugh, you don't do the : P. if I contact you, you're not so innocent. If I contact you, I think you might be the worst company in the world. Or might not be the worst company in the world. Sadly, I don't do dates. Never have. Never will. Do rendezvous and drinks, though. So let's get together and make some interesting decisions. Well, this guy seems like a bit of a cock. But honestly, when I first looked at this, I was assuming this was some crazy bitch. And I was like, yeah, this is about what I'd expect from this website, from this subreddit. So it's interesting. I'm gonna guess that none of the people here are noticing the irony that this sounds a lot like these same people, but just with a penis instead. Since we're also in I'm sorry season. A real apology is remorse followed by silence, space, and changed behavior. A real apology is less speaking and more personal work on your... Well, sometimes that's not... sometimes there's situations. A real apology is looking within and addressing what caused you to hurt someone you love. Yeah, well, sometimes you do that, and the answer is not... Moving along, keep noping the F-boys. I've been single for over 3 years. I'm a high-value female who is attractive and kind and successful. I noped so many F-boys. I mean, I guess it's probably a good thing to, like, place some value on yourself like that and be like, yeah, I'm high value. I have this or that that I feel good about that makes me a strong pick for someone. And, I mean, I guess that's something nice to think about yourself, but you might want to not, like... I don't know, dude. You don't want to, like, specifically call yourself a high-value person or whatever. That's just very conceited and shitty. I literally found a man who understands... Do not settle. Good men exist. If you would have told me this a month ago, I would never have believed you. I was jaded. I literally found a man who understands me. He's amazing. I thought it was all limp-dicked, porn-sick men. Limp-dicked porn... Oh, God. All these fucking, like, terms that they just expect us to, like, accept. I thought men didn't have any respect or emotions for women. I thought they all didn't consider us people. Yeah, well, I hope it works out for you there, Muffin Songs. I sure hope you're not back in a week talking about, I can't believe he cheated on me. Oh my God, I was just so nice to him and always talked about what a high-value female I was and how lucky he was to have me. Sorry, Pick Misha can't come to the phone right now. Why? 'Cause she's dead. My standards are so high, my old self can't even sit with me. That's how bad it is nowadays. Yeah. That can happen. How do you time physical contact with a guy? What? When you start talking to a guy, how soon do you kiss, hug, etc.? Yeah, I mean, it depends on the relationship, I guess. Some of these questions are legitimate questions. This is a good question to ask. I feel like this is... If it wasn't for the fact that the rest of this board was filled with psychopath lunatics, this would be a fine question to ask other like-minded, dating women of the internet. But then you just get a lot of... let's be real. STD talk. How do you handle it before... If you ask a man if he's been tested before sex, he's going to lie. I see a lot of demand to see his results, but realistically, how do you go about that? How and when does this conversion, happen in a fluid, normal way? I mean, how far before you have sex do you bring it up? You probably want to bring that up pretty quick, I'm gonna say. Just as a rule, if you're planning to have like a successful relationship that you don't have to bitch about on Reddit later, you might want to tell the person outright if you've got like a disease or a cock or like whatever surprises might come up down the line. Thought Bumble would be a better alternative than Tinder, but never mind. Hi there, Luke. How are you doing? Hi, since you're staying in Melbourne for a little while, want to have sex? No. Why? Well... Yeah, I mean, it'd be like that. Sometimes that's just the strategy you gotta go with, though. Sometimes you're a guy and you're on like dating apps and you've been rejected like 600 times that day, and you're just like, look, I don't see a future with you. I'm probably not going to be with you for the rest of my life, but you know what? You got some pretty plump lips. I gotta shoot my shot, you know? I gotta try my best. Let's see if you're into it. Is someone out here writing for SNL? I swear this brilliant sketch is straight out of... Men on Reddit like to constantly bring up this graph to show that men are attracted only to young women, while blatantly ignoring the fact that these women are attracted to men their own age. A man's age versus the age of the women who look best to him. It's all 20 to 24. Oh, that's fucking wrong. A woman's age versus the age of men who look best to her. It's more like around the same age, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, this is a little weird. Don't know about this one. I don't know. I guess this doesn't really account for the MILF contingent, though. So I don't know. I feel like this might be a little bit underrepresented. This feels wrong. Extremely tall woman doesn't tell her Tinder dates how tall she is. Hilarity ensues when they meet in person. Turns out men discriminate based on height too. In my experience, males hate women who are tall. I'm talking about 6 foot plus. Even tall males prefer shorter girls. I was told that tall girls are able to fight back way better than shorter girls. I think this says it all. I don't know. I prefer me a shorty, but I'm not like prejudiced against tall people. I just had a realization after stalking this sub for a little bit. I've realized one thing: my dad is an HVM. Oh, so here we have somebody with a little bit of daddy issues. Find an HVM like my dad. That's why I'm so picky. I'm looking for a man just like my dad. That's great. High status myth versus high value men. Hi everyone. I'd like to start a discussion on how to right size men who are high status by society's standards, i.e. doctors, lawyers, athletes. We're taught that these guys are a prize and that we should be so lucky if you are their SO. In my experience, these guys tend to have issues and get away with a lot of shit because of what they do. How do you guys fight off the cultural value versus high value men? Low value men exist in any work field. They could be a cashier, retail worker, so on and so on. The way I would put it into more science-y terms is that having or working towards a career that requires ambition is a necessary but not sufficient condition for an HVM. So if homeboy is working for years as a janitor at your local high school, you know he's not worth your time, period. What if he's happy with his life? I get that ambition is important, but what if you're just like happy being like where you are? I don't know. I mean, there's some room for that. Like, you know, I'm on YouTube currently. I suppose I'm fairly ambitious. I might reach 100K at some point soon, but you know, in a couple months maybe. But like I don't know. I kind of like where I am now with the whole thing. I don't know. I don't need to conquer the world. I don't have like a weird like power complex. Well, I guess I kind of do, but you know, I don't need to feel like I run the world or something. I'm more content with just, you know, being happy in the moment. And I guess that's low value. I guess I'm a low value men's. Wake up. I mean, go to sleep. He don't care, sis. Don't even post the quote. Just go to sleep. He knows he can't live up to your standards. That's why he creates drama to distract you. A guy once told me a man is only insecure about a woman when he knows she deserves better, and that really hit me. Well, yeah, I'm a piece of shit, but like... But like, we're all pieces of shit, you know? Oh, man. This is just so mean, this whole, like, subreddit. And I guess there's communities where like men say the same shit. I'm not like saying I guess I should say this now. This isn't exactly outright. I haven't said this before in the stream yet, but I guess I should point it out. I'm not like saying that all women are guilty of this or whatever. It's not like every woman that you meet is some female dating strategy weirdo who's like judging your value based on your fucking I don't know, based on what you can do for her or whatever. I'm not saying that that's like everybody, but there's definitely some people on here that are like that, and I would just say that, I don't know, this seems like a very mean kind of philosophy to have. It's just mean-spirited to like yourself and other people. Well, maybe not yourself so much, but it's mean-spirited, and it's positive. It's like self-positivity where it's like, I am so great, but then it's like it's this outward like negativity where you're just giving everybody around you like, you can imagine these people probably treat other women like they're lesser than them, and most men, and like service people. Like, this just seems like one facet of being a giant bitch. You know what I mean? Like, and you can be a male bitch too. You can be this same kind of shit, but just be a guy and be like, sorry, honey, you're just not high value enough for me. You're a little bit beta and I'm too VHS. Sorry, babe. You know, like, you can get a guy who's like that too, and that happens, but can't we all just get along? I don't know, man. Reading the posts on here is a serious eye-opener and has helped me nurture the confidence I deserve to have. I'm pretty young, 18. Haven't really had any experience dating properly, but I have had experience with guys just wanting to be FWB or wanting to make out sometimes, and that's it. I've been trying to improve myself lately, and I'm a person who, in the past, desperately needed any sort of validation that the guys I found attractive liked me, even if that meant being used for sex that would always be for their pleasure, not mine. I didn't even get to the basic standard of having someone learn about my body and care about my experience. It hit me a month or so ago when I had a male friend wanting to make out with me sometimes, how shitty this all was, how poorly I was being treated. I listened to this dude compassionately. I encouraged him to open up and talk about things he'd been burying for years. I watched the shows he liked with him, partook in his hobbies, all of it. But he wasn't doing any of that for me, and it hit me when he tried feeling up my chest twice, even when I moved his hand away the first time. Well, maybe he thought that you, like, had something, and you were like... yeah, you don't owe him anything, I guess. I wouldn't want to suggest that you, like, owe somebody your body or whatever because you were nice to them or something like that, but misinterpreted signals, maybe. I don't think it's necessarily that he's some piece of shit. I guess he did put his hand again. I deserve far better than bullshit guys who can't even be bothered to ask me about myself, or take an interest in my hobbies, or listen to me, or stave off talking about sex and stuff for quite a while, or any of this other crap I've been tolerating, and I can't believe it's taken me so long to see that. Well, you know, sometimes you can be that guy who staves off the conversation about things, and it doesn't work out for everybody. Being nagged by women is an LVM problem. Any man who complains about being nagged really ain't shit, because women only nag men who say they'll do something and they don't. Men who do what they said they were going to do when they said they were going to do it don't have those problems, because women don't ever have to ask them twice, or even at all, to take out the trash, to watch the kids, to pick up their What is the lady doing while this is happening? This is my question. Has the man just, like, been working at a mill all day, and then he came home, and then he was, like, expected to do a bunch of other things when he got home? Because that's a little bit fucking shitty. I don't know. You know, it's give and take, certainly, in a relationship. Some people, sometimes you do one thing. You do one thing, ma'am, and other times ma'am does one other thing, and, you know, it works out. But this just kind of seems like some lazy bitch who just wants some time to watch her stories. I don't know. Christian family man abandons wife with brain injury and 12-year-old daughter to cheat and play house with another woman and her 2 children. Says he felt trapped in marriage, is happy being around other women and her 2 kids. Reminder about the true nature of men. Well, The true nature of people. Timeless quotes from female dating strategist Jane Austen. I don't think you need to attribute Jane Austen to this crazy shit. I don't know if Jane Austen necessarily wants to have her name like dragged up onto female dating strategy Reddit. Wisdom from the queen herself. Love which did not build on a foundation of good sense was doomed. I always deserve the best treatment because I never put up with any other. It isn't what we say or think that defines us, but what we do. I mean, yeah, I guess. Sometimes things aren't like in people's control, though. I may have lost my heart, but not my self-control. Yeah, okay, maybe Jane Austen is a bit of a weirdo. What is the flip? What in the flappy flip-flap? Ladies! I posted on here that I had to break things off with this amazing guy because he wasn't looking for a relationship, but I was. Now, a few weeks later, he texts me again and asks how things are going and just talking to me normal. I really liked him before and was head over heels for him, and I'm such a pushover. I'm working on that, though, and I'm so afraid to let him back in. I have no clue what his motives are now. What if he's just bored and wants someone to talk to? What if he wants to just have sex and not want more? I don't want to put negative connotations towards him, but it was so hard to tell him that we couldn't see each other anymore, and now here he is popping back into my life. First of all, why do men do this? I feel like I'm sort of falling for a trap. I really just hope it isn't. Sorry if this doesn't make sense, but I genuinely feel so confused. He was so handsome, smart, sweet, and caring, but the only downside was that he didn't want a relationship because he was too busy with school. He knows where I stand and what I want, so maybe he wants to try again. Yeah, like, again, this is the kind of thing that you should probably, like, I don't know. This is the kind of thing that I feel like this Reddit would be made for if it wasn't for weirdos. This kind of post where it's just like, hey, what do you guys think about this situation? Am I crazy? Can I get some advice here? This seems like a good post, but then it's like bogged down by a bunch of weirdos. Hi, you never smile? Seriously, is that how you normally start a conversation? Of course, don't you? Asking people if they ever smile? No. How likely is it that someone never smiles? Well, if they're on this fucking subreddit, I mean, they're in denial about that wall. Men who are balding and hanging on to that last bit of hair, why? Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you just gotta let it go. Not everything Elsa says is wrong. Man 25 strings forever GF 25 along in 10-year relationship, develops infatuation for another woman 25 who had a boyfriend, admits he's seeking excitement, having good and bad motives. Yeah, I mean, that happens. I don't know. I hate the way, and I guess men do this too. I like on the male version of boards that do like this, that do exist. Definitely, men do this too, where they'll be like, "Look, guys, here's one isolated case of some bitch who said this or that, and then like it was a total lie." And women. So I guess it's just like confirmation bias shit. It's just like, hey, I'm mad and upset and feeling shitty, so why don't I spread how I feel with other people and I'll feel justified. Women waste 7 years of her life dating a forever boyfriend, is jealous of friends who are getting engaged, married, never waste time as a forever girlfriend. Yeah, 7 years is a bit of a long time not to pop the question. That's strange. There is something to be said for liking where you are in life right now. Like I said that before. Sometimes you don't need to be 100% ambitious. It's fine to just be like cool with where you are, or just focus on your own happiness or whatever rather than like your status. But 7 years is a long fucking time not to ask that question. You know, we've been going for a little bit. Let's take a look at some super chats and things here. We just got a couple. $2 with a heart from La Catenure Artistique. And Leo Winter with $2. Dead Queen Dork. Queens rise up. Hell yeah. Slay. I'm mad and you people are going to hear about it. So they're both 25 and have been together 10 years. They got together too young and need to break up. Case closed. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. I haven't smiled in 28 years. Yeah, it can happen. Click a stat to add it here. Oh, I think we need this one here. Let's just have them all there. I don't have my stats on my footer. I need that. We was queens. Pink-pilled feminism is this, but worse. Ooh. I'm dying, Lauren. Pink-pilled feminism. I think we need to look at that, yeah. This is legit Tumblr version incels. Yeah, it kinda is. Low-value male. The difference between nagging and just asking for something. Nagging is usually designed to annoy the target. Yeah. Well, nagging is in the eye of the beholder somewhat, I guess. Let's jump back over here. Nagging is in the eye of the beholder, because it's like one person might look at it as, well, I said, or you said you'd do this last week, blah, 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 and then they're like, are you going to do this? And then they can be like, well, you're nagging me. Stop nagging me. And it's like, it's in the eye of the beholder. It's different all the time, but I mean, some people are just nags. Some people are... Yeah, I mean, that's like the ultimate takeaway in any situation like this, is sometimes people are just fucking, like, bad people. I don't know, like, what do you want? It happens to men and women. There's bad people out there who just, you know, say and do things and use people and step on them and do whatever they feel like. It's not exclusive to one gender or the other. Taking a bubble bath, duh. What's LVM? You know, low value male, apparently. This is every bad opinion incels have about women justified. I don't know about that exactly. Not if you've seen the Necro Zoo guy. Not if you've seen that video, but no, it's not great. Meninism wasn't real. Meninism was a joke, I think. Yeah. Titties megaton says big booties. Deadwing Jim. If Onion Boy was a woman, this would be his sub. Yeah, that's true. MGTOWs and incels. Is this the other side of the red pill coin? Kind of. It's like there's femcells. So I mean, this isn't like the femcel people. This is a different thing. But this is more like the female version of like pickup artists, from what I can tell. Let's go back into this here. Yeah, it's more like pickup artists, where it's not so much like, you know, fuck all men forever. It's more like, here's how you manipulate the man to be what you need the man to be, because fuck him. It's all about what you need him to be. YOLO, ladies, don't waste time on a fuckboy who's averse to planning dates. Enjoy being single, be selfish with your time, money, and space. Cancel plans, buy shit you don't need, sleep like a fucking starfish. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, I guess. I mean, planning dates. Some people don't like going on dates, though. I mean, like, I don't like going on dates is very fucking hard for men in the current year. I wonder if women know this. Going on dates, it's like you're being judged at like an auction. You need to go there and like, well, you know, Johnny over here, he has all of his teeth and a well-paying job. Please pick me. Please do not abandon me. Please do not leave me by the side of the fucking road like my last date. You know, it's like like you're being auctioned off to the highest bidder. It's not like a back and forth thing anymore. It's not like a man can just take a woman on a date and be like, hey, yeah, you know, blah blah blah. It's now like the woman is judging whether or not, like, this whole subreddit, it's about judging if a man is high value enough to like give him the respect or the time of day that he deserves as a human being. So I kind of see why some men might not be so fond of going on dates, because it can be very awkward and like kind of stacked against men. It's a little bit I don't know. I don't know if all women like know that. I don't think it's even like a, oh, you're stupid, you don't know what it's like. It's just like I don't know if women know that. I guess maybe like I don't know. Because the tables were turned for so long where it was like a guy was able to just basically control everything. And then now we've like swinged in the pendulum. The pendulum has swung in the other direction, and now it's like now it's like you're being auctioned off like cattle. It's pretty good. Same with Tinder and everything. It's just like this extended like background check process where they're like, all right, are you gonna like, I don't know, do you like cats? You don't? We're not gonna get along. Low value male. Should I entertain a date with this guy? I decided it was best to drop things with him. So I've been talking to this guy for a few days, and he's been texting me throughout the day, and he came to see me at my job a few times. He brought me a rose. Ugh. So today he came to see me. I asked him if he's looking for a long-term relationship. He had answered with the dreaded, let's see where things go. So I sat there in deep thought and continued enjoying his close company while I'm on break. As my break came to an end, my dumbass decided to ask for a kiss because I'm impatient. It wasn't all that much. It wasn't much. Or it wasn't all that. It wasn't much. Should I even go to this date? I'm going to be honest as much as possible. I'm not sure if dating is really for me. Keep considering sleeping with him to just get rid of my V card already. Yeah, that could happen. But you need the right person, you know? Considering going to the date, but just leaving toward the end before he tries convincing me to go back to his apartment. He said he's making reservations at a restaurant. Maybe take a walk or see a movie after. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure if I really like him that much. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The guy brought you a rose. That's a little bit fucking dated. I don't think I would trust a guy who brings... If I was a woman, I don't think I'd trust a guy who brings me a rose. But... I don't know, the guy seems like he's alright. Like, I'm reading this, and it's like she just like... What? Well, we're dealing with limited context here, but it seems like she just outright asked this guy randomly, hey, do you want to be in a long-term relationship forever? And he was just like, let's just see where things go, like a reasonable person. And she was like upset that he didn't immediately just like want to change his whole life for a person that he didn't know or something, or like commit to something. That's another thing, is like, you're shamed as a guy on this subreddit. It seems like you're shamed for choosing to like be in a relationship with someone and then like ending the relationship in a bad way. Which obviously, if you're like with somebody for 20 years and they've got like brain damage and you've got children and you decide to like cheat on them with some fucking 18-year-old or whatever, that's pretty shitty and people should probably like shit on you for it. But I feel like they're shaming men into like, and again, I say they, I don't mean all women, of course, but like people like this on this subreddit at least are it's like they're shaming men into wanting like a long-term relationship. And then when they find out like later, because apparently it's impossible to just see where things go with someone, that when they find out later that that person's like, you know, like a fucking psycho that bitches at them about taking out the garbage and shit. Oh, maybe not exactly that, but when you find out later that the person that you've been like guilted into a long-term relationship with is like kind of a fucking crazy person, it's like, well, you know, maybe maybe you're gonna seek a way out of that situation, and I don't know, maybe you should let the man have his let's see where things go, so he's like sure, so you're sure before you get into something with a guy that you're probably going to wind up bitching about on this exact Reddit again. It's probably for the best that you chose not to do that, but you can't just like go up to someone who's like minorly interested in you and be like, yeah, hey, can we just be together forever for all time? I'm down for the together forever thing. That's fun. I'm all for the lifelong bullshit, but you know, it's gotta be with the right person. You can't just it's not just like, oh, I brought you a rose, let's like be together forever now. And if shit doesn't work out, you can't then bitch about it on fucking this subreddit. LVM really out here. By the way, I'm sorry for like qualifying everything that I say, because you know we're talking about feminists to an extent, and I really don't know how much YouTube's gonna enjoy that nowadays. I really don't know how safe this stream is, but you know we can keep trying. And again, I'm trying to be as fair to everybody. I'm certainly not coming into this like, hey everybody, fuck these feminists. It's more just like, we've seen the incels before on this channel. We've heard from the Necrozoo guy. We read through the Red Pill Talk forum. And this stuff is all pretty interesting, hearing the like other side of it. So I am going to take a look now. I'm going to take a look now for pink-pilled feminism, I think they said. Pink-pilled feminism. No, not in the sub... Pink pill feminism. Okay. Oh, this might not be good. Oh no. Okay. Well, here's pink-pilled feminism. This is a much smaller Reddit. Not as many people here, but they're a radical feminist sub focused around the pink pill philosophy of lookism, female separatism, the dangers... Is this a joke? The dangers of objectification, women going their own way, and the true nature of men. This is an XX only space. Guys, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna ban me? Are they gonna ban me from pink pill feminism? Don't do that. This is a XX only space. XY, go to Ask Pink Pillars. This is a fun place to post memes, studies, art. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's very fun. I'm sure it's just a very fun echo chamber. No amyloids allowed. Oh, good lord. This is exactly... Wow. This is exactly what I thought it would be. The pick-me white supremacist versus the based and pink-pilled radfem. So this lady is bad because she's got like a baby and a husband who these people just instantly equate to being children, because men are children, of course. That's good. Yes. Because she's got freedom, fun, health, self-respect, a career, well, I don't know about that one. You know, the power of self-determination is quite a thing, but you might want to just find a better guy. We should start slut-shaming men. I mean, they're horrible at keeping it in their pants, and that's not just with human beings. Smegs will fuck sandwiches, watermelons, and so... Yeah, well, white girls fuck dogs. Eat my dick. It's an epidemic. They're too cum-brained to focus in class if they accidentally see a bra strap. They're literally so horny they can't function. Should they really be in positions of power, running countries, performing surgery? Well, it's worked for a few thousand years. I don't know. Today is the anniversary of the Nanjing Massacre. Trigger warning, everybody. We're going to move on straight from that trigger warning. Wow, dude, you look like you slay 20-year-old Pussy. Pussy, destroy her. Pussy, destroy her. Not just pick-me's, skinheads, and manlets, but incel tears is coming after us now, too. The femcells are eager to close the hate gap, says incel tears. And then pink pill feminism. Men aren't even the seed. They are just the fertilizer. When creating a child, the woman is the earth and the seed. The man is just the fertilizer. Men are the manure of oh my god. Men are shit. Everything they do is shit. Everything they say is shit. They look like shit. They smell like shit. Well, isn't it a shame that you don't have one? Yeah, it's the same thing that goes through like the incel community, where it's like, women are disgusting, they're shit, they're garbage, and I'm like, they're sure living rent free in your head. And listen, we can all agree that anytime somebody spends their time that they could spend on being a free and cool, awesome person with your pink pill feminism and such. Anybody who spends that time then shitting on the things that they like can't or don't have, I don't know how happy they really are. I don't know. They might be kind of blaming themselves a little bit, but you know, that's fine. That's psychology. It just seems like both the incels and the femcells are very upset, and they're turning their anger outwardly rather than asking themselves what they did wrong. Like wanting to fuck dogs. Which goes for either the Necrozoo guy or white women, frankly. Is it too much to ask that a guy loves me and only me? Even in monogamous relationships, it's a social norm that men watch porn and follow Instagram models. Not only that, but they also like your friends' bikini pics, and nobody... Do they? Yeah, maybe you do have a shitty boyfriend. It's a common thing for men to jerk off to your friends and family members? What? Is it? Is that like normal? I don't... I feel like... I feel like if I was in that situation, I would probably feel a little bit weird about that. I don't know. They also probably have celebrity or even fictional... See weeaboos, crushes that they drop you for in an instant. And if other girls flirt with them, they pretend not to notice and enjoy it. I'm just so sick of this culture. If I loved... How is this just men? What the fuck, lady? You mean to tell me that no... Okay, listen, alright. Yeah, men watch porn. That's true. That is a bit of a social norm that men watch porn. I don't know about the Instagram model thing. I don't know if that's like something we should just accept. Not only that, but they also like your friends. Now that just seems weird. I don't know who told you that was a normal thing, but that just seems like somebody's being a fucking weirdo. They'll probably also have celebrity or fictional crushes. And it's like, yeah, so do you. People are people, you fuckers. Why are we trying to divide people by fucking gender? It's so pointless, god damn it. The Coomers are at it again. Coom Patrol. Just neckbeard things. It's all hypothetical, right? What do we got going on here? Set up Emoto Paradise 2. Install options. If you were to have a sexual relationship with your sisters and your sisters were all cute anime girls, would it be better if you were blood related, non-blood related, or why would you have sex with your sister? If you pick the third option, the installer just closes immediately. That would be beautiful. That's great. Isn't that a messed up dating sim? Yes, these emoids have been memed into wanting to rape their little sisters by anime and hentai. Now every new manga and anime has to have a sexualized prepubescent Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I listen, that's Japan. That's a Japan thing. That's not an America thing. That's just a weird culture thing. That's not, I don't know if that's a all men are evil thing. And there's a lot of women out there who have some fucked up fetishes thanks to anime and hentai too. So, I mean, we'll suck dick for socialism. Isn't it a coincidence that all of the things that liberal feminism would have us find empowering are all the things that the patriarchy would have us do anyway? Red flag. Daily reminder that men ain't shit. r/ask men. Any other dudes have an inexplicable hots for someone you otherwise aggressively dislike? How do you explain that? Huh. OP is literally insane. He hates her because of her voice, the fact that her parents are rich, and because she didn't fuck him, probably equally his equally as degenerate friend. Literally nothing he mentioned was worth hating, or... Well, they deleted the post, because apparently it was just so awful. Huh. I mean, yeah. Sometimes you want to hate fuck people. That's true. That's a weird... it's a weird mix of emotions that you can have. Like Lele Pons. Horrible person. Would never want to watch her videos or anything, but it's because she got that ass going on. I mean, no, it's just the way it is. What in pick me tarnation? Ready to attend office parties with my latest holiday sweater. And then they removed the post. Guess it's a Pornhub sweater. Alright. Wise crone talks feminism and male parasitism with Victoria Derbyshire. 51-year-old Moyd thinks relationship ended with 22-year-old GF because he didn't want kids, not because he couldn't have them. 22 years... I don't know about that one. Why women should date younger. So I have a 24-year-old friend. She's super young. Until I spoke to her, she thought 21 would be too young for her. Ridiculous! Imagine a man that doesn't think he's smarter than you for being older. At 21, he could have a good job, spoil you, and be educated. I thought you didn't need that because you're independent adult people that don't need to have your things bought for... Okay, what's the point? Ladies, please, I urge you all to date younger. Men like Ryan Gosling and Christian Bale are younger than their wives. Okay. I would urge not to ever date somebody who's 21 years old. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea, because the age of consent should be 35 when people are full mental age grown-ups. I've just come out of a phase of lurking on men's rights forums, and these are my observations. All right, we got the skinny, everybody. We got the deep truth. I was raised pretty feminist, and my views have changed over the years, but I've always remained convinced. Green is the grass I stumbled upon men's rights a few months back. I hadn't had read it long, and I was like, the funk is this. This is a little hard to read. I was morbidly fascinated and got into many, many rows before I realized I was being masochistic and it needed to stop. That's when I found you guys, and these are my insights. Immediately I noticed how much better the quality of writing and humor was, how much more based the arguments, and it's not just because I agree. I found that I saw that they were... I found that I saw what they were saying, but their reasoning was so irrational and flawed, but arguing with them was literally like hitting your head against a wall. Yeah, I can't imagine that feeling. For instance, they say the gender pay gap isn't real, but the data clearly shows women are paid less, so pay gap. I don't think the data shows that. I think... I'm pretty sure the data actually shows the opposite of that, but okay. Then they say it's because women work less hours so they can look after the children. Most of them seem to agree that this is the way things should be. Next post is them bitching about paying child support. Well, duh, she left or neglected her career to do a job that had an 18-year contract, so cough up and quit whining. Like, seriously, pick one. That's the thing, though. No one ever proposes reasonable solutions. It scares me that men's rights is becoming more mainstream because these guys are scarily illogical. They're bullies, mostly. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, but it's like, it's the lack of self-awareness while you're on pink pill feminism. A subreddit where you're literally not allowed to be a man. You are literally disallowed from having an XY chromosome. If you're on this wonderful, wonderful board. So I don't know. I kind of feel like the lack of self-awareness might be a situation here. I'm in a situation where pretty much everybody in my life is a male. A friend of mine died by suicide last year, and no one knew he was depressed. I want to stress I'm not raising this as an issue for us to discuss here because it's against the rules, but I'm just saying this adds to my anger of them using mental health to push their agenda of anti-women's rights. That's all it is. It's not pro-man. They hate men unless they subscribe to their ideal. I'm realizing more and more that so much of the time toxic masculine affects my life. My mom always stressed to me that I mustn't ever emasculate a man. It sent the message that men would be kind of weak if something I did would make them lose their sense of maleness. I can't imagine what would make me feel less of a woman. Well, isn't that such a nice fucking position to be in, where you're like not, you don't have to worry about such things. I just never feel the need to prove I'm womanly. Like, the funk does that mean anyway? I've got a beard and a mustache. I've got a beard and a mustache, but pretty sure I'm as XY as the rest. What? Do you have... Oh, no. Oh, well, there's your problem. Okay, this is dumb. This is a lot of dumbness. There's some, like, points that aren't super wrong. Again, we can at least get behind incels and whatever the fuck this is are both crazy. Really, they should probably just, like, date each other. They'd probably get along pretty well. But what's with the Coomer sub? You think a sub about porn addiction and similar topics wouldn't have such a deep hatred of women, but males still find a way to bring us into their dumb shit. Also, they love blaming Jews because they can't deal with the fact that men are responsible for their actions, so it must be the evil Jews causing porn culture, not male degeneracy. Literal cope. Huh. We're really going into this whole porn addiction thing, huh? This is very similar talking points to, like, the no-fat people. It just amazes me what a crossover there actually is between these groups. All they need to do is put aside their differences and realize they're both just incredibly unlikable groups of people. Somebody's screaming outside. I don't know. And then we got the Christian Family Man here. This was cross-posted to the other one. Female separatist / lesbian. Female separatist. Huh. I generally don't understand where all these younger women that date old, ugly men come from that you guys post about. Like, I just don't understand. How are they not completely disgusted by the fact that, one, they're old, two, they're perverted and trying to take advantage of them? I honestly don't understand. Just the thought of dating an old perverted man makes me vomit in my mouth a little. Well, that's because your instant thought is that every man is, like, perverted and evil. So the posters dropping by from RPW. Please piss off. I saw the post telling you to brigade us. RPW? I don't know what that is. Enjoy our bodies, but can't be bothered to learn about our bodies. Huh. Wait, op tight clit? Tight clit? Oh, yeah, that's... Huh. Well, some people are just stupid. The mental backflips people do in criticizing so-called nice girl as meek for being outspoken about her preference to be pursued rather than pursue. Then last commenter admits guys actually don't respect women who pursue them. People do that, I assume they're not interested. People that reinforce outdated gender roles like this need to be put in their place. Yeah, fuck those outdated gender roles, but you need to make sure you have a job and can provide for me and spoil me. You fucking pig. Why doesn't he date a lesbian with a penis then? Why is he only interested in cis lesbians? Huh. Hey lesbians, haven't you heard that females are naturally drawn to penises and therefore not sleeping? I'm not involving myself in this fucking debate. Grandpa thinks he's hot shit for having dated a 22-year-old. When you're a liberal guy and you haven't compared radical feminists to incels and listen, okay, listen. What is there a name for the thing that people do where they make you feel bad for pointing out something that's like true? Is there a name for that where it's like fuck you because you're just a liberal guy, you notice that thing that is the case, loser? It's like, is there a name for that? Just like being a fucking little bitch? Is there? Because I notice that a lot where they'll be like, wow, you're a fucking... When you're like, one I think I saw was something about being a centrist, and it was like when it's been 5 minutes and you haven't compared, like you haven't compared the right to the left or something like that. And I'm just like, yeah, I think it was the extreme right and the left. It was something about centrism, and it's like when you're a centrist and you've gone like 8 minutes or whatever without comparing the extreme right to the extreme left, and it's like, yeah, I mean, you can call me a name with it if you want, but I'm saying it because it's true. I don't know. And yet dude calls themselves alphas, kings, and jokers. If she refers to herself as queen, run. Pretty much as the title says, if the girl you're dating regularly refers to herself as a queen. Yeah, run, leave. There's more than enough like men out there who will take that. Like, there's more than enough people that are into that. But fucking. All I'm saying is it's a little bit of a red flag. This whole fucking subreddit seems like a tiny bit of a red flag. You know, it seems like a lot of screeching about bitching about nonsense and screeching. Men in the right, or more accurately, it's more like a bunch of people bitching about stuff that's like not really the blame cannot really be laid upon a gender as much as like an individual person, or sometimes what the individual person making whatever statement did to, I'm not going to say deserve it or whatever, but it's like, yeah, some people are shitty and they get shitty reactions. Some people are shitty to people that aren't shitty, and that sucks. But you know, it's not really a gender thing. But all these fucking sites, the red pill talk forums and this fucking subreddit, all this shit just wants to divide people. All of these people could get along so well if they just like sat down at a brunch at like IHOP or whatever, and they just sat down and we had the MGTOWs talking to the WGTOWs, and you got the fucking FDS people talking to the PUA people. It would be wonderful. They'd all learn to get along. Some new relationships would be formed, very unhealthy ones, between very fucked up men and women. But you know, it would be quite something. But instead we just have to argue and yell and assume that it's all just because of gender or something, and not just because of shitty people. Men in the right. Ladies, submission to men is natural order. Ladies, submission to men is empowering. Yeah, that's the thing is, that's not really the men saying that as much. I tend to see more women who kind of do the thing where they're like, well, I'm empowered. I'm a strong female, so I'm okay with like submitting to my man for this or that reason. Or they'll be like, well, I'm less than my man, so I submit to him because he's better than me. I don't see a lot of men saying that, but I guess that's just like an opinion that some people have. Look at her body language. She definitely doesn't want to be there. Yeah. I mean, libfems, when they defend porn and kink, it's just in the bedroom. Meanwhile, women are being trafficked and abuse is being normalized. How does the collective physical and mental well-being of society affect society? Ladies and gentlemen, society. Mind your own biz. Now serving number 33. You have been assigned Goth Girl number 57. Your government issued Goth Girl GF is ready for pickup. I repeat, 33. Your Goth GF is ready for pickup. You're mine now. I mean, would that be so bad? Would that be so bad? You know, like that would solve this guy's problem. 43 and married to a younger guy. What wall? Oh, damn. So then she's into that. Okay. Rashida Jones added to the list. U.S. birth rate falls for 4th year in a row. Gee, I fucking wonder why. I fucking wonder why nobody can manage to land a fucking spouse in the United States anymore. Bet that's... Is this what they think we look like? I had an old coworker just like this. I bet that slut doesn't even browse Tumblr. 2015, not having dimple piercings. Wish I was at home writing a new blog about my cats. This music is triggering me. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a bit of a straw man meme, but like these are some... I don't know. I would not be surprised if some of the people in this subreddit right now looked exactly like this. Mostly on here we talk about white supremacist Republican type pick-me's. Have you guys ever seen pick-me's of a different culture? I'm guessing that's like a woman. I'm guessing this is like the pick-me thing is like their version of making fun of like a Chad or a whatever fucking terms incels come up with to like further distinguish men from other men. You know what I mean? I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, well, we're allowed to not respect you because you're a insert title here. You're a Chad. You're a pick-me. So nothing you say matters. It's like, don't do that. Just don't do that. Why are you people intent on ruining the world? Oh, get vectored. Winter is here and the invisible man is back. Are you like upset that the term is the invisible man? Are you really mad about that? Wow, this is actually them. This is actually somebody getting upset that the meme says winter is here and the invisible man is back because of coughing. Wow, that's something else. Even though Bezos cheated on her, MGTOW is still blaming her for the divorce. These moids are truly delusional. I think we're going to probably end the stream pretty soon because this is getting a little bit much. Women experience violent hate crimes en masse and nobody talks about it. Yeah, that does suck. I mean, there is stuff to say about men and women and how men and women are wired. Men are more like animalistic in a way. You know, they trace their roots from cavemen, I guess. Yeah, there's discussions to be made about why men kill women, and you know, the funniest line of thought that MGTOW have is that after 25, women become undesirable to men. Meanwhile, older women I know have young men dying to get with them. Damn right about that. MLMs are perpetuated by men to keep women down and in a finite... What? What? Huh. Aren't MLMs like run by crazy like moms? Aren't MLMs run by the same crazy moms who do like the anti-vax shit? That's what I've heard from MLMs. See, I see posts like this where it's like MLMs are perpetuated by men to keep women down, and I'm like, okay, so for the longest time I was under the impression that most of the people in MLMs were like Midwestern moms. But apparently those Midwestern moms don't actually have any sense of like identity or like being a person. No, they're being forced into this, I guess, by men. It's very dehumanizing in a way that I don't think they expected they were being. You know, where it's like, there's no way that a woman could have made X choice. It was definitely the man that pushed her there. That's probably not the best way of looking at things if you call yourself like progressive or whatever. I need a reminder that it's okay to be a healthy body weight as a woman who's not 3 feet tall. This person just looks very mad. There's a lot of this is just venting and anger. I used to be a lover of men, but after dealing with them for 12 years and then all being complete failures and losers, I realized that they're all good for one thing. Women literally only want one thing, and it is disgusting. And barely that. Women are better at pleasing women than men. Even the ones who have their life together are all slaves to sex and only care about their next orgasm. I know a man with a great job, high ranking in the military, married with kids, and all he does in his spare time is chase women, not giving a shit about his family. It's either they are serial cheaters or serial losers. Then the single guys with good careers all jack off all day during their free time and will only talk about sex. Even they are few and far between. Yeah, I mean, there is certainly something to be said for like a porn addiction. I can see where that comes from. I mean, I know I was making jokes about it before. It wasn't so much that I was joking that such a thing doesn't exist, though. I think there is some level of porn addiction out there, but I also think that, I don't know, I feel like that's not just because men are evil pigs, and more just because society in general. I grant you society, bottom text and whatnot, but I think society in general just enables certain types of behavior and certain types of thinking. And yeah, I mean, another thing is we're on the internet, you know. Like, I feel like 40 years ago, men weren't exactly as coomer as they are now, is I guess the term. Men weren't exactly like that 40 years ago because we didn't have the internet. So, yeah, the internet's just kind of Shut up. The internet's just kind of fucking with people now, where, you know, we aren't, like, wired to deal with this shit, and we aren't wired to deal with having, like, infinite porn at our fingertips 24/7, but we do. And so we have to figure it out somehow, I guess. So I don't know, I'd say give men some time, give society in general a bit of time. We're still warming up to the concept of 3D IMAX movies. The internet thing will come eventually, and we'll all stop being so interested in porn and go back to our lives. Men never, not my wife, girlfriend, sister, mother, etc., or not all women. Huh? Men have been upset throughout history since women have been given rights. Women used to not be allowed to go to school, work, vote, or even have control of their bodies. We have most of these rights now. And some women do go their own way without men interfering in their lives. Women have been executed by kings, raped, and... oh, God. This is another problem. It's like this complex where it's like, well, now we have to shift the pendulum the other way, because because people 700 years ago were, like, not exactly progressive and did some stupid, shitty things, and now we need to, like, castrate all men, I guess. Radical feminism YouTubers. Oh. Interesting. Oh, I might require this. Leah Twirly? Isn't she a lolcow? I think I've seen people make fun of her. Well, obviously, but yeah, we got some new channels. We got some new channels to check out, boys and girls. I'm sure there's a number of girls here. That's the thing. That's the thing that's, like, worth mentioning, is that all this crazy shit is, like, so crazy that most women are also not going to think that this is, like, reasonable. It's so nonsense in a lot of cases. Terry Strange. Sex strike, going out without a bang. Right. Well, who's Sarah? There's literally no such thing as transphobia. The heroine's journey. The definition of the word rape. Feminists cannot be Don't ask questions, just consume more product. Well, okay, I don't want to start shitting on YouTubers yet, because we know YouTube doesn't like that. So maybe we'll save this for another stream, but I'm going to hang on to this page. This is an interesting list to have access to. Already have HOPs complaining about Leah Twirly's strength. I'm pretty sure there's a Kiwi Farms thread about Leah Twirly. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Yes, it is. Oh, boy. Yeah, maybe another time. Maybe we'll talk about this another time. I don't know. This is quite some shit. I think I'm going to start rounding this down, though. This has been quite something of a dive. And I'm personally disgusted with everything that I've read so far, and would like to stop and play some Judgment for a while. We get a couple super chats here. La Catinure Artistique with another €2. It was also euros before that was super chatted, but I think I mistakenly called it $2. But yeah, €2. I think y'all need a little bit of love with a heart emoji. I could, you're right, and I appreciate it. Milady Class with $5. I wonder what these people think of transgenders, especially trans men. Yeah, well, that's an interesting question, isn't it? Because we were just looking at a couple of those YouTubes, and there was like one girl who was like, "It's impossible to be transphobic" or whatever, and yeah, that might be a good dive for another time on the channel. Some crazy rad femme. We can do crazy rad femme YouTubers versus crazy incel YouTubers. It'll be great. I actually had that idea like in the beginning of my channel. I was gonna be like, let's compare incels to rad femmes. But then I started to think, well, okay, most rad femmes are not about like raping and murdering women because they won't go out with them. So, okay, maybe maybe it's not exactly equivalent, but yeah, just generally deeply very hateful people in all ways. We got 50 Sekiro dollars from Anders Pack. Why do you call yourself DeadwingDork when you're live? Shouldn't it be LiveWingDork? Live Leak Dork. Yes. Thank you. I think Pink super chat from Spooky Nerdy Skellington, $2. I think Pick Me is like simp or soy boy, but for women. Okay. Yeah, it's something derogatory. It's something that's like very clearly, very clearly not the nicest thing to say to someone. Calling them a pick me. And $2 from Will Staffen. Come play at the music fest I'm hosting. I think it's probably a little bit out of my location, but if there's ever a music fest and I'm in the neighborhood, I'll be happy to come by and bang on some pots and pans for an hour. Let's take a look at the chat here. See what we got going on. When I hear pick me, I can only think of pygmy. What's your favorite dinosaur? I don't care about dinosaurs, honestly. I have never given a shit about dinosaurs. But I guess the ones that the cliff racers from Morrowind. That's my answer. Notice me, Deadwing Son. See, I like that Deadwing Son. That's like weeaboo, but it's respectful. It's a good honorific that isn't daddy. I like it. I would watch that. What up? Any form of bigotry ending in phobia doesn't exist for some reason. They think trans men are lost sisters. Muted. Turfs, get off my lawn. You all lie! Women aren't real. I wish. Take a shot every time you hear moid. I really thought femoid was annoying, but now we're hearing moid, and I didn't anticipate that one. Gay late muted. She's too quiet. I could hear nothing. It's a good thing we stopped watching that then. My God, women shoutouts, wild. Wait, have you heard of Leah Turley? I've heard of her, yeah, before. I don't know. I am a woman, Claw Daddy. Congratulations. Society? You mean society? I'm warming up to 3D IMAX porn still. The audience is now deaf. The audience has lost their cock. Lover of men, XD. Goop is a total scam. I was thinking of looking into Goop. Goop is a great example of something that... So this stream proved some things. Just to clarify, the stream proved some things, that there's some things that are worth saying about men that are kind of true. There's some double standards where it's like men are more... It's more accepted for a man to also look at porn or whatever while they're with someone. I guess I never really thought too hard about that before as being like particularly weird. But one thing that we didn't talk about too much today was the multitude of other the multitude of other what's the term? Double standards. And one of them is you can be a woman like Gwyneth Paltrow and just sell some complete nonsense. But because you say that it's for women or wellness or some shit, everybody will just buy into it. And they have to believe you because you're a woman. It is a crime if you don't believe women. What's happening right now? We're currently working on canceling me. It's very exciting. Nice intro song, by the way. Yes, we did a bit of a Red Vox today. I'm feeling it. MLMs are basically pyramid schemes under another name. Yes, they sell like essential oils and weird shit. And every time I've ever heard of an MLM, sometimes they're run by men, like at the very top, which I guess is something to question. But it seems like it's usually like women that are in charge of the operations of the business, you know? It seems a little bit disrespectful to be like, well, you just don't count. You're only there because of men. LuLaRoe was made by a woman, I think. Probably a pyramid scheme. Unga bunga, need woman. I don't want the stream to end. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I can't go all day. Be your own girl boss. You're a protected class since you have a claw. I don't think so. I don't think that's how that works, but I'll try to play that card. 20 sec from Anders Pack. Stay sane. Get off YouTube. I don't think it's going to help me to stay sane if I'm not on YouTube at this current moment in time, but that's, you know, extenuating circumstances. You should cover puffer fish eating carrot. I don't know what that is, but if you're interested in some eating stuff, we're probably going to be doing a delicious culinary stream in the next couple days. I've got a few things planned up. Mevolander's been chatting about Titley's Busy Kitchen or something, and there's cooking for hoarders, and there's a few others that people recommended, which I'm gonna have to look into. Did I read your super chat? Yes. Yes, I did. Milady class, unless there was another one. Wonder what these people think of transgenders, especially trans men. Yeah, that is a good question though, because it's like, I don't know about trans men, but I feel like it's pretty likely that if you were a trans woman in a group of insane, like, fucking hyper feminists, they would probably not treat you like you're equal, you know? Call me crazy, but I feel like the intense hatred in the hearts of those people would probably not want to... It would probably not look the other way just because, you know... I don't know. I feel like there would be some serious prejudice going on in that situation. You know. Dork, did you watch the show The Critic as a young feller? I remember The Critic. I don't think I watched it, but I remember seeing what's his name on The Simpsons for one episode. 2 pounds from super noodles. Everyone should take cocaine. Just run everywhere. You're right. I mean, you're not right. I do not endorse this, but your evil hatred heart. All right. I think that'll probably about do it for us for today. Thank you guys for stopping by on this terrible, terrible stream. I appreciate the company as we strolled through the meadows of fucking insane nonsense. Thanks once again for stopping by, and female dating penis, I guess. I don't know. Take it easy.